I always say that if I would go back and start from zero, I will invest everything I make to me, invest it into me. Knowledge, leadership, get in the right room, get attractive. Um, if I was young again that I'm starting, I will not post my friends. I will not post people that will not add value to me. I will not post food or nothing. I will concentrate and trying to read what is my intention 5 years from now, and I'll start posting that. So when I want to do it, at least I got content that can go back. If it's 3 years later, I got some data that kind of align with my vision. Because at the end of the day, at your 5 year, if you want to get attractive, people can trust you by the data, by what you create. So a lot of people waste a lot of time. I'm over here with people, with friends, and put in a beer, put in a plate, put in a restaurant that doesn't have no value. There's no data right there. So the big guys are competing for data, right? Somebody's gonna get hurt between Google and Amazon, right? They're competing for the data. They know what you're doing. They know exactly where you are, where you're heading, and all that stuff. So they're competing for that. So what I'm saying is, be that Google, be that Amazon, that you have that data that gives credibility to you, and it's in a different level. But what I'm saying, at least you got something. At least you got something that people can trust you later on. But if they go back, you're an entrepreneur, you started all strong today, and you raise all your data, and people's going to see. What are you going to leave? Your family? Because that's the only thing you're going to leave. Oh, I can't delete my best friend. I can't delete my family. I cannot delete this post I love. All that. Get rid of it. And then later, if you got your family involved in between all these posts and where you want to head, that's fine. So the same message I gave my kids has been proof. Go back to any of my kids and see what they have. I say, kids, the only reason I'm struggling in life is because I don't got no freaking data. Look at my data. It's 2 years ago. And I'm still struggling, trying to make it, trying to survive, trying to take it to the next level. I'm still struggling. Why? Because I don't got the data. So the kids, check out their kids' Instagram. Go back. They have data. They have data from 2 years ago. I say, I don't care. I don't want you to post stupid stuff. Post your fitness, your soccer, your food, because that's like Brianna. She wants to be fit. Okay, perfect. Post your food, post your exercise, and post videos. She's very highly motivated into Grant Cardone, into the videos, into the platform. So she talks like a Grant Cardone. So data. So can she come to any area of life and speak about anything? It'll give her credibility, because if it doesn't align with what she was doing, it'll align that she's been aligned and she's been consistent and all that stuff, right? So it's not me telling you what to do, but I didn't went through. I'm already doing with my kids. My kids are taking over. My kids are gonna be monsters by the time they get 23, 24. They're not gonna struggle like me, because yeah, the data is going to back them up. But again, that's the reason I'm struggling, because I don't got enough data. Why the big guys are making it? Why Grant Cardone is #1 marketing guy in the world, right? Because he created content for 18, 20 years, and now everybody thinks like, oh, what happened with him? Yeah, he was consistent, and people search him. They can go back into he was ugly. Now that he got money, he's pretty. So now he got all this money, he got all this data. So now the credibility comes in, followers jump in, and money start coming in, right? So can he sell any product? 100%. He can sell any seminar, anything about anything, and he will sell it. Data, right? So yes, it's important for you to fix your life. It's important for you to take all the BS out of your life. And number one, let's go back to your question. Number one, get all your friends out, unlock the account, make it public. Because if you want to have a locked account, what are you trying to get? Get a WhatsApp and get a group with your chat and all that stuff. Have people go into your platform. Have people go in and check your platform. Have people give you virus, whatever, until you reach your year that you can certify, so you don't have to worry. If you got to cancel an account, that's fine. But I'd rather take that approach than having a lock account. When somebody follows me, First thing I do, he's a good guy, but he's got his account locked, and him. I don't follow back. I don't care. He's my friend, my best friend. I don't care who he is. I don't follow back because he got a locked account. So open it, data, and that's my best advice. Invest everything back in yourself and take it to the next level. Yeah, so great. 100%. Look at me. I identify with that. I was fat. I was miserable in my life. I did liposuction, I did transformation, I did everything. I say, what else I need to do? Go back to my dad. I was freaking fat. I was running crazy in my life. I didn't want to shoot myself, but what I'm saying, I was obsessed. How can I be skinnier? How can I feel myself that I can trust myself? It wasn't until a woman came to my life and say, you need to change this, change that. Melanie came and put me in a very uncomfortable zone, and she's like, no, but you're gonna follow this route, you're gonna follow this, you're gonna be skinny, this is what you're gonna do. Can I talk about losing weight? Can I talk about why you gotta be fit? Can I talk about why some people's life is miserable? 100%, because I can prove it. Go back when I was fat, right? So what I'm saying is data. What do you have out there that can prove that you stay consistent, that you stay aligned on things, right? So at the end of the day, yeah, you gotta have it, and like right now, I'm gonna go put hair on me. I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure I'm okay, because that's what I want. I want to make sure I feel comfortable, not comfortable. I feel right that I can take it to the next level, because the better you feel, the more you're gonna push, the better the better the success that's gonna feel. How do I come up with what I wanted to do? Very easy. I was miserable, tired in my life. I say something needs to change. This is where people get confused. I wasn't confused. I just did not have enough time. Because what happens in life, I got a purpose, I got a goal. That goal is 1.2 billion or a jet or whatever. Anything between, I'm gonna fail. So if I wanna be skinny, if I wanna go after a car, it's gonna be hard, right? Because that's not my ultimate goal. So for me to make it to the gym every day is impossible, because that's not my number one target. My number one target is how I figure out to create enough companies, to create enough revenue, to create enough business to sell so I can go for that 1.2 billion or the jet, right? So my health is not important. It doesn't matter. People say, oh, my health is more important. Yeah, no. Inside your mind, you're fucking confused, because your ultimate target is this one. You're not going to change it to go and lose weight. So one thing I did, I say, how can I connect? How can I be skinny? I say, fuck it, whatever it takes. I got to change my number one target. I got to figure out, I got to realign a couple things. So I put it as how Victor's going to look with the jet being fat, or how Victor's going to look with the jet being skinny. So I say, fuck, I got to add that to the main vision, and I change the jet because it's a little bit cheaper for the 1.2 billion. But at the same time, by being okay, can I achieve the jet? Can I be okay? 100%. Can I go after the 1.2 billion? 100%. Because now, when you win, when you got success, when you put the targets the same, you're going to fight for them. But because if you don't put them as a target, your family and other stuff, you're going to fail all the time. That's why people have so many problems in family, relationship, and friends, and all that stuff, because that is not your ultimate goal. You got to change it. You got to add it next to it. It's got to be so big that you got to go for it. If not, you're not going to lose it. You're going to waste time. You're going to waste money and energy. And you're going to lie to yourself, because you will always stay fat for the rest of your life, because that's not the ultimate goal. So I had to do something to make it the same. So I gave up something to gain something. In life, you got to do that. Either you got to give up time, or time with your family, or you got to give up money, or you got to be serious about you. And that's a discipline that comes on everybody. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's super freaking hard. But as soon as you get that discipline in, game over. How do I get the discipline? I know Melanie always told me not to promote these fucking people because they took it out of the market. But what disciplined me, it was the Finisher's Journal, right? This book, you got to do it 3 months, every day. So you put your top 3. that you have to get those out of the way. What your top three problems, right? So you get those, and then you get a list of 8, and then you got to bring them in, bring them in. By week 3, you don't got nothing. You inventing shit. So what happens? As you inventing, now you be more creative, because when you don't got nothing to do, you force your mind to create things, right? There's books that talks about that. You can grab an object that if you can see 101 things on it, yeah, that's why it was invented. But if you don't see 101 things on it, now you're reinventing that cup, you're reinventing that object. Now you can put it on the market because you reinvented, you added things that other person did not saw, and that person saw 101 things, you saw 101 things a different way. So now that's what you sell, that's what you pattern, that's what you take to the next level. So to go back, same thing. That book is empty. You got to fill it up with your problems. You got to put the top 3 things that you got to fix. And you better fix them. You cannot lie.
Every day.
Every day. And then you got a list of 20 items. And then you got to bring them to the top. You got to bring them to the top. It'll be a point that you bring your religion, you bring your food, you bring your gym, you bring that. And guess what? You got to knock it down. And the key of all this, after 16 days, it becomes a habit. After 28 days, becomes a habit. After 32 days, becomes a habit. There's different people that's going to tell you different things that habit. Me, I believe on the 32 day. When you do it consistently, it becomes a habit, and that will discipline you and align you with everything you want to do in your life, and that's why you become master on everything you touch. It's because of the success, but it's at the end of the day, you create a habit and create that habit inside your mind that's not going to go away. But the book, you got to do it for 3 months. So guess what? Now I did it 3 times. So how many months is that? That's 9, right? So that's why Victor always say that with the data, my knowledge, my problems, and how life is, I can see 5 miles in front of the wall that sits 5 miles away, because I already master habit, do how to do things, and what I can see, what I can project, and I can see what's gonna happen. Just because of that simple. It's not because I'm a smart guy, it's because you master something. The habit of do things right, and how you do it right is consistency. You do the same thing 32 times. You go to the gym. You go to the gym. You go 2 weeks. You almost want to quit, but you make it 3. Now you enjoy. Now it's 16 days. When you go to 16 days, now people, there's chances that you're gonna quit. But when you do it more than 16 times, or like I say, 32 times, automatically you will never quit the gym no more. 100%. Put your top 3 problems. If your problem is your wife, put it in there. And what is the problem? And you contact her. And don't leave into his fix. Don't try to negotiate with your mom to contact her. Don't try to negotiate with your attorney to contact her. Don't try to negotiate with your kids to contact. You personally go and fix it. You get more at it to fix the situation, the problem, whatever the problem that you have. Just put it in there. It doesn't matter, and go and have a hard conversation. Like people. I don't got time for my credit cards. I'd rather lose $50 a month on subscription. No, put it in there and automatically make the call that day. Put that until you get rid of all that, or cancel the accounts and get new cards and just go out, just cut the problem out, right? It may affect your credit because you may owe somebody and you didn't pay that. Somebody sent collection. But what I'm saying is, you got to cut it. You got to fix it. And that's part of that. And we all have all millions of problems. There's people that have a problem, very simple problem that I'm not going to put it there. I can put it in there. Because what you're not trying to fix that problem. You're trying to get the habit of fixing problems, of fixing your situation, so your mind can stay clear, because there's a lot of data that's holding you back that you don't know. I always talk about that the reason that when I got problems, I had a bigger problem. So this one go away, and I figure a way to fix it. But a lot of the times, the bigger problem comes in, and this one move to the side, and in the back of your mind, what's going to happen? You still got this problem, and you don't know what it is, but you still have it. So the habit of doing things and cut them off from the root, it'll fix all that behind your back, that there's nothing holding you, that you just go, 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 go. So people should already know me for who I am. This is Victor, right? I always say that if my wife cheat on me, why I gotta go there? Because that's probably the one that hurts most people, that would say the wife, right? I'm not gonna give her child support or whatever. So me, I say I don't care if my wife loves me. I don't care if she cheat on me. I don't care none of that. She still get 100% of what I own. I'm not. Why am I gonna fight a woman for what I own? Why am I gonna go into a conversation where I'm fighting against a judge? What a piece of shit I am, fighting my own wife, that she gave me everything now, because she probably cheated on me, because probably my fault. So who cares? I will still give her everything. You know what? Because what I got here, the question that you asked me, that's the one I've been practicing for years. And it's not that I want to track for her to cheat on me, that she wants to leave me. It's because I want to make sure I engrave that person, that doesn't matter what happened to me, I'm always going to come back. Because Solomon, when God came to him, or Jesus came to him and wanted to take everything, what did he say? Just don't take my knowledge. That's exactly what I have. I have so much knowledge, so much data, so much potential, that I invest in myself a lot of money, that I tell young kids to invest in yourself, invest in yourself, invest in yourself, because that's what's going to separate you. That's what's going to take you apart. So how do I come back? Very easy. If you have the knowledge, you have the right words, you got the right commitment, and people can trust you just by the conversation. So automatically, they don't trust you, they're not going to give you any business. They're not going to trust. They don't trust you. There's no connection. There's no contract. There's nothing. So I can come back, no problem, no problem. I can come back to the top within a year.